Hello and welcome to my first Let's Play. This time we're going to be looking at Metroid Prime for the GameCube.
The cosmos. In the vast universe, the history of humanity is but a flash of light from a lone star. The life of a single person should be lost in space and time. But among the stars, there is one light that burns brighter than all others. The light of Samus Aran. Her battles extend beyond her life and etch themselves into history. Here, another chapter of that history will be written.
So the game starts very simply. All you've got to do is you're just going to shoot these four things that basically confirms that you can shoot the gun or the cannon. And then after that you've got to use your scanner to scan that. It's all pretty simple and self-explanatory. Next you're just going to want to shoot these things, which just are a wee bit more challenging. Not very difficult, but more challenging. And once you've done that, you can proceed through to the next part, which you'll require the cannon so that you can shoot doors. So that's what you're about to do just now. All of this is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just going to get on with the game and get through it and show you a wee bit around and things and talk to you while I play through the game here. I've been a big Metroid fan for quite a while now, but Metroid Prime was actually the first one that I played. And since then I've grown to love Metroid. I completed this game, completed most of Echoes, which is the successor to this game, and it's another GameCube version. So it's a really good game, and it features multiplayer. I've also started Corruption, got quite far with it, but didn't completely complete it. Now remember, at this point, make sure you scan things that you may not see ever again. Space pirates here don't scan, so that was a bit of a waste of time. But the wee creatures on the ground, they do scan, and it's important you do scan them because you never get to see them again. That's a fundamental with bosses that you must ensure that you do, because bosses do not ever come back throughout the game. So ensure you do that. Now if you go right here, this will take you to the map station. Map stations are incredibly useful because obviously you download the whole map for the whole place, so that's you got the map for the whole place. Maps are generally just quite a nice thing to have, especially later on in the game when you get to the Findrana Drifts and Chosen Ruins, etc. They're definitely useful to have, so they're definitely something to get. And in the Frigate, I guess it's just quite useful anyway. I do rely on it later in the game because I forgot the way I was going. It has been quite a while since I played this last, so if I do make mistakes, we all make mistakes, so if I do make any mistakes, I'm sorry about that. But, okay, so here there's electricity, you just gotta wait for it to go off. Now don't get zapped like that. It doesn't do any damage to me, so I don't know why. Our first boss that we're going to have to defeat is the Parasite Queen. You may recognize her from Super Smash Bros. Because one of the levels is actually the Parasite Queen. So if I remember correctly, I think it's from Super Smash Bros. Brawl that it is. I'm pretty sure it's the Parasite Queen is one of the levels. But that's another thing. Samus could do with an update and Super Smash Bros. Be a lot more of an effective character. So just continue to shoot the space pirates and everything that you see in this room as you would normally. Scan the elevator to get yourself up the stairs again. And when you get up the stairs you encounter a few space pirates, so if you just kill these guys, even the ones lying down like that, because they can give you health if you so badly need it. Charge beam this guy and then he's finished. I think at this point the space pirates are weakened to make it easier, so that they wouldn't put you off the game, because if you were destroyed at the very start, if you couldn't get through at the start, then you wouldn't want to continue. So that's that. Space pirates look weak right now, but at the end of the day they're actually not. It's just these ones are weakened to make the game simpler at the start. I've also completed this game on hard, which I'll tell you was very difficult. I mean, even on normal this game is actually quite difficult, so don't expect this to be an easy walkthrough you could just do very quickly, because this game takes quite a long time to complete, as well as being very, very challenging, I would say. There are a lot of things that you don't recognise or realise first time that that's what you've got to do, so learning strategies, learning what each item or weapon does is very useful. For instance, knowing when to use missiles is sometimes one of the things that catches me, so missiles can also blow up walls and things rather than just being used on turrets like that. So the space station's a relatively small and quite easy part of the game, or the frigate anyway, so you can just pretty much just walk through it, to be honest. It's all pretty simple. But here comes the queen, the Parasite Queen here, and she's the first boss. Ensure that you scan Parasite Queen. Oh, here she comes. Now in normal, the Parasite Queen doesn't have that much HP, but on hard, things get a lot more difficult. She's very, very difficult. In fact, she killed me once on hard, so I had to start the space station again, unfortunately. It's quite annoying, that. But if you let her beat you on normal, then, well, I mean, that's the only way she can pretty much win, because she's incredibly easy on normal. As you can see, she's almost finished already. So, that's all I need to do, just keep hitting her. Not like that, but just keep smashing her. And there you go, she's finished. Now the space station is going to have a big explosion because of this, so be prepared to have to escape the space station pretty quickly. On hard, again, this is something that's very difficult because there are so many of the wee critters going around and things, and that makes it more difficult to get around. So just proceed through the level and kill any space pirates or whatever that stop you. And don't make this mistake that I did. Instead of looking around for a door, just go through the vent, because there's a tunnel sort of bit here that you've got to go through. So that's what you're wanting to go through. It's just up there on the right and it's blowing out smoke, but I didn't notice it because of the smoke. So that's the way you want to go. Unfortunately, I had to play this game silent so that I can continue to talk whilst I play. Otherwise, it would interfere with the computer. It would have a background noise as well, so I don't want to do that. So I've muted the TV while I play this, and I am using the microphone built into the computer while I record. So I've got an audio. The audio is synchronized with the video, so that's the reason that I didn't notice that or hear that anyways, because I didn't have any sound. So, but just make sure you go the right way. Now, it's incredibly easy getting out of the space station altogether. These critter things that blow up on you on normal, there's no real need to worry about them because they practically do no damage, and even if you hit a few, they give you loads of HP. So. There's a similar creature later in the game that's just kind of the same, that you don't even need to worry about hitting into them on normal because you've got enough HP and they give you loads of fresh HP. So anyway, just keep proceeding down the tunnel and then come up to the next bit, which has a plunger sort of thing, piston sort of thing, and you've just got to be, well, just follow it backwards. It doesn't kill you, it doesn't hurt you because it doesn't go all the way back, so don't worry about that. But here we go, it's just up in a minute. That's the next main bit of this. So yeah, just up here. Now enjoy using the charge beam and the grapple and all these other things, because it's going to get nasty in a minute and you're going to see why. If you've never played this, I won't spoil the surprise for you if you're playing this through for the first time, or just watching the video for the sake of it. Because I did this video more as a tribute to Metroid Prime, because I wanted to also record what I was doing, because, you know, such a good game. I feel like actually just doing this. I've never done a Let's Play, and this game just deserves it. So, keep on going through. And that was the plunger bit I was talking about back there. It's not much, there's not much to it. But just up here, you're going to meet an old friend. Unfortunately, I was thinking you could scan our old friend, but not quite. There he is, the awesome dragon, Meta Ridley. Yeah, Ridley's my favourite Metroid character, because I love dragons, so that's why I love him. And there he is, but he's a heck of a hard fight at the end. Although, as you may have guessed from the name, and if you've played any of the previous games in the Metroid series, he's not the bad boss sort of thing in this game, because that's the Metroid Prime that takes that place. So, you know, but to be honest, Ridley's a really good character in Metroid, and a really good boss as well. It's a long way away before we actually defeat Ridley, but we'll see him a few times in between. So I would say he's probably the main antagonist of this game, as opposed to the Metroid Prime, because he's doing all the hard graft and doing all the hard work. So this is pretty much the end of the space station just here. But as I just said, all your suits capabilities have all failed. Morph ball, grapple beam, power beam, charge beam anyway, and all the rest, including missiles. So that's why in this video we're going to rescue the missiles, or to get ourselves missiles anyway. So that will be the end of the video. That's going to be in the next part, which is in the, well, the part after that is in the Chosa Ruins. But before that, we're heading down to Tallon IV, which is the planet. So say goodbye to the frigate, it's about to blow up. And there goes Meta Ridley, he's off down to the Tallon IV. Which is obviously where we're going as well. So there goes Samus in her cool wee ship. chasing Ridley. And there we go, we're off down to Tallon IV. So this is where the game really begins, in my opinion. Landing on Tallon IV, and this is called, coincidentally, Tallon Overworld, because, you know, it's the main part of Tallon IV. Now everything is here, the impact crater and everything is all around here. There are links to every part of the game, I would imagine, apart from the Phendrana Drifts, which is the opposite side of the planet. But there are links to it. You can go through the Magmoor Caverns, which is another place we'll come to. You can get to the Phazon Mines and everything like that. But I'm not going to spoil the story. I'm going to reveal it as it happens. So let us get started. First, let's save, so that if anything goes wrong, we die, whatever, we can come back here. If I do die, I will ensure that I've cut that out of the video so that we can continue it from the save station again. And I'm going to try and make this as fluid as possible so that there's no mucky about and things like that, you know. And I'm going to try and know where I'm going first, because, you know, I could just try it first and see where I go without saving and then go back and do it. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I know that sounds kind of annoying, but I've got to do that, so I don't want to muck this up. I want this to be a nice fluid run through of the game. So this is a map of the Chozo Ruins. It's quite large, as you can see. We're going through it from the start all the way to pretty much through most of it in the next few videos. So we've got quite a lot to get through. And we start all the way back here, so it's quite a long way away. So welcome to the Chozo Ruins. So in this video I'm going to be getting the missile launcher, and then in the next it'll be the morph ball and so on. And our next video is going to cover things more things within the Chozo Ruins, including the morph ball, charge beam, and the morph ball bombs. There are 3 items for the next one. After that we're going to go to the boss of the Chozo Ruins, and we're going to go start the Phendrana Drifts, grab ourselves the boost ball, space jump boots, and then after that we'll do another video, and so on and so on. So in total there will be 2 and a bit videos of the Chozo Ruins. So we'll go this way down to the left in the Chozo main plaza. And these are the creatures that I was saying you don't really need to worry on normal about so much, because they don't do that much damage. However, I would make sure you shoot these eyes, because they can do some damage, unless you're good at avoiding them altogether. So this room here is a very important room because it's got the save station, but we can't go to the save station until we've got the missiles. Let's go through this room. Again, these are these strange creatures that land down, and that's all they do, so that they're not particularly damaging if you walk into them, so don't worry about that. There you go. Now, for a first boss, or mini boss anyway, this guy is quite difficult. So this is, I think it's called the Hive, this room, and yeah, he's quite difficult. It's quite difficult anyway to defeat. It's like a machine sort of thing. It's just in here, dark room. It can be very difficult on hard, so if you are playing this on hard, be prepared for a bit of a battle. So what this is it's like a UFO sort of thing, and it fires out little fly sort of things, which you should scan as well, by the way, and I don't in this video because I've completed the game 100% as it is anyway, so just remember to scan these, because this is the only time you see these. And what to do is you just have to kill the flies as they stop. Now notice your radar up at the top here, because that can be very, very useful for determining when or where they stop anyway. So use that as you kill through as you fight through the flies. And once you've killed all the flies, that gives you a chance to start shooting the UFO, as you'll see in a second. Now obviously you do not have the power beam, so you don't have the charge beam, sorry, you only have the power beam, so you can only fire repetitively, don't forget that. Because for sometimes I occasionally just hold A thinking that I can charge up, but I can't. And I'm wondering, why is that? And of course it's because I've not got the charge beam right now. So that can cause problems for me. But our next item we're going to get after this is the Morph Ball. So we'll take a look at that in the next video. Once we defeated this horrible UFO creature. Or machine, sorry. By the way, within the time that they take to attack, you can do a full 360. Because they're actually quite slow when it comes to making their attacks. They occasionally just take a few seconds. Now if you can hit them when they're moving, which can be quite useful, then you can stop them and attack them. So that's quite a good thing to do, is to ensure that you take advantage of all your options and you do that. There you go, now shoot, 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 shoot. Now, that's it, it's been beaten. As always, Nintendo bosses tend to take 3 hits. I've noticed in a lot of Nintendo games. Goma, for instance, in the Ocarina of Time. Trying to think of all the other ones, but most of them do take 3 hits and then they're finished, so... Okay, so just blast this missile door and go through, get the energy tank and come back out. Jump across, it's quite dark so it's not easy to see. Jump over here and just jump up there. It's a very dark room so you can't always see what's going on and things like that, so make sure you do pay attention to what you can see, and just make sure you pay general attention to the game. Now the last thing we're going to do today on this video is get ourselves to the save station. But before that, one last thing, maps. Get the maps while you've got a chance. Now I made a mistake earlier, I think, because I don't think you need missiles to get into the save station. I think it's just a map station you need missiles to get into. So... maps are great, as I said earlier, because it gives you the whole map to the whole place, or pretty much the whole place, quite a large chunk of it. So it covers everything, including the sunroom and everything, or whatever it's called, all the places where you get all the cool items and all the bosses and everything are. So you've got quite an advantage having the map. Now to get out of here, don't do what I did there and jump up. Instead, jump up here onto this ledge, then jump out. Now, if you're like me and you don't want to kill all the flies, you can't be bothered, then don't bother. But if they attack you, well, that's what happens. So, right, and then the last bit here is down here, and oh no, sorry, it's up the stairs. Oh. Right, okay, I'll kill these guys quickly, and then go up the stairs, and up here. On the left you'll find that you've got the save station just up here on your right. So if you go in, save, and that's us done for today. So I'll hopefully see you back for the second video. Thanks for watching. I'm JMBal44.